All content is publicly sourced and used under the USA Fair Use and UK Fair Dealing Guidelines. The things I say are strictly my opinion. Hello again, you guys. Good evening. It's the Bizzy Bee here with the Royalty. It's a cartoon of King Henry II. Hope you like it. Oh, I put this here to remind myself. Today, I started not to make this video today, you guys. It was so busy at work and such a crazy day, and oh, I have to tell you, my boss made a mistake on someone's account, and it put $1,100 extra on their bill, and this guy had his automatic payment come out this morning. He noticed it, and that was the first call I got. Oh, heaven help me. But anyway, while I was working today, I said I'll make this video. It'll take my mind off of everything. This was my dog Valerie asleep while I was working today. Isn't that cute? So, for today's History Minute, Queen Anne Boleyn, as I've said before, my favorite figure from history. For today's History Minute, I have Margaret of France, the Queen of England, the second queen consort of Edward I. Those are her arms as queen consort. A few facts about her. Her tenure as queen consort, the 8th of September, 1299 to the 7th of July, 1307. Edward was 60 years older. He was 60 years old, at least 40 years older than his bride. The wedding took place at Canterbury on the 10th of September, 1299. Margaret never remarried after his death in 1307, despite being only 26 years old. When she was widowed, she was alleged to have stated that when Edward died, all men died for me. On February 14th, 1318, she died in her castle at She swore off all men after he passed away, the Queen Dowager, 26 years old, with her own castle? Oh no, that wouldn't have been me. I would have been living it up. Come over to Marlborough, guys. Let's see. She was 38 to 39 years old at the time of her passing. She was buried at Christ Church, Greyfriars in London, a church she had generously endowed. Her tomb, beautifully carved, was destroyed during the Reformation. Okay, so before I get into the article, J-Ro asked me, do you know when you're going to do your live stream? I can't wait. Thank you, J-Ro. Hopefully it's going to be next week. To tell you the truth, I'm having to make a disguise because I don't want to put my face, not because I'm ashamed of anything or because I'm hiding from my job or anything. Everybody at my job knows I do this. They've seen the videos. It's just if I go out in public and one of the sugars sees me, I don't want them to make a scene. So I'm making a disguise. I've been making the prototype today, actually. It's going to be really cool. I can't wait for everyone to see it. So a special thank you to Jan P. Thank you so much, Jan. You're very appreciated. For today's story, I have this article from CCN, and I love it. CCN, their articles about Harry and Meg are so snarky. It is glorious. Castaways, Meghan and Harry should blame themselves. Amen. Never heard truer words in my life. I'll link it in the description below. M&H are feeling the strain of recent events, and in truth, it's only their fault. Tisk, 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 it certainly is. The Hollywood royals are starting to feel the burden of their actions. Harry better hope he didn't burn the bridge between him and his family. Sources claim that H&M are feeling the pressure of their current situation. I'd have a lot more sympathy if they weren't both bringing this all on themselves. H&M are in danger of betraying Her Majesty, the Queen. Meghan is feeling low, and Harry is tormented by his fractured family ties. Well, who do they have to blame? Nobody but themselves. Hello. Someone grab me a tissue. Yeah, me too. Pass B the tissues, please. Ordinarily, I'd have a lot of sympathy for anyone feeling low at this time. Not for this couple, though. All of their problems are self-made and have come about as a result of greed and selfishness. Prince Harry and Meghan only have themselves to blame. Meghan and Harry are reaping what they have sown. Isn't it funny how everybody always gets what they deserve in the end? No acting roles coming for Meghan, no $1 million speaking gigs coming for Harry. They got what they deserved, didn't they? Once again, we're getting info leaked to the media via sources and insiders H&M complains so much about, yet it is these same sources who always appear at opportune moments helping the Hollywood royals control the narrative. Wow, you hit it right on the nose right there. That's exactly what happens. And who are these sources? Meghan herself. As reported by the Sunday Mirror and insider claims, Meg has gone very quiet. I think she is likely to be feeling extremely low and probably struggling. I did a video about Meghan feeling low, and it was one of her relatives who stated that to one of these magazines. Sources, relatives, insiders, it's all the same thing. It just means Meghan. As far as Prince Harry goes, it's claimed Prince Harry must be tormented by his fractured family ties. I feel sorry for them both if they weren't almost entirely to blame for their problems. Harry has one person to blame for his fractured family ties: Meghan Markle. Seriously, what did Harry believe was going to happen? His wife trashes his family in the media and accuses them of neglecting a pregnant woman, and he's surprised when they get upset about it? Please. The truth is, if his family are guilty of all that Meghan claims they are, then why would Harry want anything to do with her? She's got him whooped. If they really were so callous and uncaring towards his wife. It looks like Meg is playing games with Harry. Well, Ray Charles could have told you that, and he's been dead for 20 years. The insider has also been quoted as saying Meghan had become more distant and introverted in the last few weeks, leaving her family worried. What family? The only family she has anything to do with is Doria. And if Doria's talking to these magazines, then we know it's Meghan herself talking to these magazines. Again, anything royal related that Meghan says is affecting her mental health is due to her actions. It has been a spectacular fall from grace. She has gone from being a favorite of the Queen and being walked down the aisle by a future king in her dream wedding, costing $40 million to a royal outcast. $40 million that the Queen paid for. Meghan and her family didn't pitch in a cent. A royal outcast who has resorted to throwing stones and unsubstantiated accusations at the very people who have provided her with popularity and status. Oh, yes, she wasn't anything before she married into the royal family. Nobody knew who she was. The only reason anyone knows who she is now is because she married Harry. If she hadn't married Harry, she would be off suits now because it's come to an end, I believe. What would she be doing? Nothing. I hate to say it because I'm 40 years old, but she's a 40-year-old actress in Hollywood. 40 is ancient, I hate to say. Now she's distant. Maybe if she hadn't attacked the family that so readily welcomed her, she wouldn't feel that way. It's not all that surprising, seeing how she treats her actual family and her best friend of many years. Where do the Hollywood royals go from here? This is the big question. Harry knows that with every passing day, his wife is throwing gasoline on the bridges being burned between him and his family. What he needs to do is stop wallowing in self-pity and take control of the situation. I know the more woke out there would balk at the idea of a man taking the lead and telling his wife to sort herself out, but this is what's needed here. Unfortunately, Meghan wears the pants in the family, so Harry can't tell her what to do. But somebody does need to sit her down and give her a good shaking and tell her, "Wake up, girl. Get woke." He is now running the genuine risk of his grandmother, the Queen, feeling betrayed by their actions. Knowing how fond Harry is of his grandmother, surely he can't allow things to continue down this road. Alright, I put this here also to remind myself. The last video I said that Anne Boleyn was my favorite historic figure. I had a few people in the comments say that she was for them as well, so I wanted to share this with you guys. This is the stairway in my house, and up the stairway of my house, I have portraits of the 6 wives of Henry VIII. I don't just talk about history, I live history. I'm not just paying it lip service, you guys. And if you look here, I put them in the order that they were his wives. Number 1 there, Catherine of Aragon, Anne Boleyn, Jane Seymour. And you see Jane Seymour, Anne of Cleves, Catherine Howard, and Catherine Parr. And then on the other side of the stairway, I have 2 of my favorite monarchs, Edward VI and Queen Victoria. Alright everybody, let's read a few comments from the last video about how Harry and Meghan are, what was it about? Oh, how they're hypocrites riding in the SUV Cadillac Escalade. Okay, Angel Jones called me, well, you see what she called me, and you can read my response. Very true, very true. Carmen said, they say she went to the dentist. I say she went to get Botox, and H went to get hair plugs. 12 Betty F said, I think so too. She carried that little toothbrush bag to throw people off. Vicky said, Harry needs to get some new clothes if Meghan lets him. She looked like a bag woman. 120 Metatron said, what about the black guy who she got to open the SUV door for her? So much for Black Lives Matter. Oh, Friday Peaches said, B, don't you understand? They need that huge SUV for the safety of Harry's family. They need to feel safe. Forget the ozone. Besides, if something should happen and he hits his head, all those crop rotations could be damaged. And you know they have to have privacy. That's why they don't use any rear entrance, and she carried that bag out for everyone to see so they could start the fertility treatment rumors going. They have become so darn obvious and repetitive with the cheesy pap outings. Now they'll have those 2 depressed-looking dogs out again. So sad. You notice I underlined here rear entrance, and I said Meg said only if you pay extra. I'm sure you all know what we mean by that. I mean by that. No, Friday Peaches, she didn't make that joke. I made the joke. Sorry, everybody, it's in bad taste. 1010 said, when Archie learns to read and write, he is going to write, help me, on a banana, throw it out of his bedroom window, and can only hope someone walking by will find it and send help ASAP. Stephen Carey, you can put lipstick on a pig, but it's still a pig called Smeg. Sue says, unless she's trained as a brain surgeon so as to do a frontal lobotomy on poor H. Alright, everybody, what have we learned today? Certain people make assumptions about me based on my voice. This is called stereotyping, which is a form of racism of which these people accuse others. Number 2, Megalo had certainly had work done the day she was papped. Work on her sagging face. Number 3, while wifey was having her butt ugly face pumped full of Botox, just Harry was just having the hairs from his butt sewn onto his scalp. Number 4, the small toothbrush bag Megxit was carrying actually contained the remote that controls the now walking artificial doll. Number 5, to Ms. Markle, Black lives truly do matter when they are under her employ. Number 6, Half-Wit Harry needs a gas-guzzling SUV for safety reasons to protect the last remaining natural hair follicles on his scalp. 7th thing we learned today, although she will be more than happy to allow one use of the back door, Meg said it will cost you. Number 8, bananas inscribed with "Help Me" will be flying from the windows of Tyler Perry's LA house as Archie desperately tries to escape. Number 9, she may apply all of the concealer and makeup that she likes, but mooching Meg will never conceal the fact that she is a shallow, vain, trashy pig. Number 10, now a fully accredited brain surgeon, Meg attempted surgery on Harry to see if there was, in fact, a brain in his head. When she opened his skull, she was not surprised to find it was as empty, dark, and vacant as her own rotten soul. And the 11th thing we learned, Jan P is extremely sweet and truly appreciated. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, share, and hit the notification button. Also, please tell your friends about me. I hope to see you guys live next week. We'll see if I get everything in the mail. You guys have a great evening.